Right. So this is our second question in the Francis turbine. Right. So the following data is given for a Francis turbine. So head value is given, net head h equal to 60 meter, speed n equal to 700 rpm. And the shaft power 294.3 kilowatt, overall efficiency 84%, hydraulic efficiency 93%, flow ratio 0.20. See here, breadth ratio, already I said, breadth ratio n equal to b by d. N equal to breadth ratio b by d. Right, so n equal to b by d is given. Next, outer dia of the runner is 2 times the inner dia of runner. Right, so first thing very important here is which one should be taken as outer dia. Is it D1 or D2? Okay, so outer dia is which type of flow? Francis turbine is inward, right? So what happens? Water will flow from outside to inside. Remember that. If it is inward, water will start flowing from outside to inside. Right? So outer dia becomes the D1. So remember that. So D1 is your outer dia. D1 is outer dia and D2 is your inner dia. Remember that. In this way you need to remember. Otherwise you cannot do. Right? So since Francis turbine is an inward radial flow reaction turbine, water flow from outside to inside. Nothing but first water will start with the outlet of the vane or outlet of the wheel. Right? So first it hit the diameter D1. Nothing but outer dia becomes D1 first. And runner diameter, inside diameter becomes your D2. That is the thing you need to remember. So D1 is your outer dia and D2 is your inner dia here. Right? So one more condition he said is outer dia D1 is 2 times your inner dia D2. That is the given. Right? So this is outer dia. I wrote for understanding. Outer dia D1 equal to 2 times of D2, which is inner diameter. The thickness of the vane occupies 5% of circumferential area of the runner. Right? So for the previous problems, we never took any thickness for the blades. So here area, instead of 100%, 5% is gone in thickness of the vanes. So what is the area left is only 95% for the flow of the water. So here we need to take area as 95% of the area, actual area. Right? So the actual area for this problem becomes 95% because 5% is taken by the blade occupants. Nothing but vanes are occupying 5% of the area. Out of 100, 5% is occupied. So what is left? 95%. So 95% of the area only the water is flowing. That is the meaning. So when you're taking the area, you need to take 95% of the area. That is nothing but 0.95 into area value pi into D1 into B1. That you need to remember here. This point is very important. The thickness of the vane occupies 5% of the area of the runner. So when you're taking area, nothing but when you're taking area, we should take only 95% of the area because 5% is occupied by vanes. That's why we will take area equal to pi D1 into B1. If you want discharge, what you'll take? Area this into VF1. If you do, you'll get the discharge. That is the meaning. So that's why he has given one extra thing. What is nothing but the thickness of the vane is occupied 5% of the area. So area is only 95%. 5% is lost because of the vane occupancy. Right. Next, what he gave? Velocity of the flow is constant at inlet and outlet, and discharge is radial at outlet. Right, again same thing. Radial at outlet means beta is 90 degrees, and one more condition he said is velocity of flow, nothing but Vf1 is constant at both inlet and outlet. So Vf1 equal to Vf2. Next he is asking to find again guide blade angle. So what is guide blade angle? Guide, whenever you see the guide blade, it is alpha. Vane angle, you need to find theta and phi, both you need to find. He has the inlet and outlet. Next, diameter of the runner D1 and D2 we can find. Next, width of the wheel at inlet only. So D1. Here D1 and D2 both need to find. Okay, so please copy the question. Then we'll start with the solution. copy the question and just inform me. Right, after completing this problem, I will stop for today. In the next class, we'll go for the next type of turbine, that is axial flow reaction turbines. That is nothing but Kaplan turbine. We'll go in the next class. Tomorrow, first hour, I think, Tuesday, right? Okay, please copy this. So whenever you see the Francis turbine diagram, you can remember directly. Nothing will change in the diagram. Okay. So here were no confusions for beta because he won't give any discharge angle, anything. If it is a first one, what is that? If it is Pelton wheel or Pelton turbine, he will confuse many things there because he will give discharge angle there. But outlet vane angle beta will be given in terms of deflection angle. Many things will be there, confusion there. If you get Francis turbine, it is very easy. Common diagram will be there always. No change will be there. Okay, only the data given will be changed. Instead of giving some, he will give some other thing. That is the change. That's all. Okay, so we'll start with the given data first. So what he has given, you write down first. So given, first thing he gave a head value. So H equal to 60 meter. Next speed, RPM, 700 RPM. Next shaft power. So it is nothing but power. Shaft power equal to 294.3 kilowatt. Okay, so remember always you need to keep shaft power in kilowatt only. Next, overall efficiency. So what is the formula for overall efficiency? Is shaft power by water power. So water power, already we know the formula, rho GQH by 1000. This is given as 84%. Next, hydraulic efficiency. Formula already we know, hydraulic efficiency, VW1U1 by G into capital H, which is given as 93%. Okay. Next, flow ratio. Okay, I'll go for the next slide. You copy this up to here. Flow ratio is nothing but VF1 divided by under root of 2GH. Flow, the word flow gives VF1, velocity of flow, VF1 equal to something into root DG. Flow ratio into 2 root GH. That is the meaning. Okay, so flow ratio he has given. So flow ratio, that is VF1 ratio, so by 2GH velocity equal to 0.20. This is given to us. So from this, what we can find? We can find VF1 because H value is given already, 60 meter. Okay, so please find out that VF1 equal to 0.2 into under root of 2GH. 2G into 60 he has given H. Right, so this value you can tell VF1 equal to 6.862 meter per second. And one more thing he said that, what is that? Flow, velocity of flow is constant at inlet and outlet. So VF1 is also equal to VF2. Velocity of flow is constant at inlet and outlet. So VF1 equal to VF2 equal to 6.862 meter per second. Right, so flow ratio, what he said is over. Next, he has given breadth ratio. See here, the word breadth ratio, N equal to 0.1. Okay, so I'm writing here breadth ratio, small n is nothing but capital B, breadth by dia equal to 0.1. So let us take it as at 1, B1 by D1. Okay, so breadth ratio N equal to B1 by D1. So the ratio is always 0.1. Next, what he has given, one important thing, that is this one. Outer dia of the runner D1 is equals to 2 times of inner dia. Right, so D1 equal to 2 times of D2. Okay, so D1 equal to 2 times of D2. These are the conditions given to us. And one more thing, what he has given is the thickness of the vane occupies 5% of the circumference area of the runner. So actual area. So every time when you take area, we are taking 100% of area. But just pi into d into b, if you take, it is 100% area. But here 5% is lost because of the thickness of the blades or veins. So actual area I'm taking here in this case only for this problem, because he gave 5% is lost, equal to 0.95. Since 5% is lost, leftover is 95% only, into pi d1 p1. Okay, so remember, since 5% lost, I'm writing here, since 5% lost. Okay, any doubt here? Prasad?
No, sir.
Yes, okay. What about Shashi? Are you here? Shashi?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sleeping? No.
No, sir.
Right, okay. So actual area is 95% of the area. Next, what he said? Already he said it is radial only. So we know at radial VW2 equal to 0 and V2 is also equal to VF2. Here you can see. If it is radial, we don't get VW2 term. So V2 becomes VF2. VF2 and V2 is equal. And already he said that VF1 is also equal to VF2. So these three terms will be same. VF1, VF2 and V2. Right. So if you have copied up to here, I'll go for the next slide. Right. Next, again, same thing. So here, whenever he is giving the overall efficiency, from that you can find discharge very easily, Q value, if H is given. H is given. So by using overall efficiency, I can find discharge. First, I'll do that. Right. Any doubt in that? And then you can find whatever thing you want. Right. So first, by using the overall efficiency. So overall efficiency I'm using. So shaft power by water power is your overall efficiency. Use this for finding Q value, discharge. So what he has given, overall efficiency 84 or 96, 84%, right? So overall efficiency is equal to 0.84. Right. So shaft power, the value he has given already, 294.3. 294.3 divided by water power formula we know already, that is rho into GQH by 1000. This is your water power, equal to 0.84. Right. So from this, you just calculate Q value, discharge you can find. Okay, substitute the values. Rho is nothing but 1000. So rho and 1000 you can remove. 9.81 and H value is given 60. Find the value of Q in meter cube per second.
$0.595.
0.595 meter cube per second. Right. So this is your discharge. Okay. So what else we can find? Right. So he has given flow ratio term, that is 0.20. So you can find VF1. Already we found out. Okay, very good. VF1 is over. Right. So okay. So one more efficiency he has given. What is that? Hydraulic efficiency. So U1. Do you have U1 value anywhere? No. So U1 you can calculate by using pi D1 n by 60. If you have D value. Do we have D value? We don't have D also, right? So first, by using this discharge, you can find D value. Because one more condition he gave. What is that? N here, you can see. N equal to B1 by D1 equal to 0.1. So I am taking B1 equal to here. B1 equal to 0.1 D1 I can take from this. Yes or no? Are you able to understand what I'm telling? Here, I'm taking B1 in terms of D1. So B1 equal to 0.1 T1, right? So that condition, if you use, we can find from discharge D1 value, right? So I will tell why, how, right? So he has given capital B1 by D1 equal to 0.1. So from this condition, you can write B1 equal to 0.1 in terms of D1. So this condition you can use and substitute B1 here, because we already know Q equal to, what is that, 0.95 area, 0.95. We wrote now area here, pi D1 B1, pi D1 B1 into VF1, right? So here, instead of P1, if you substitute this 0.1 D1, discharge value is already there, that is 0.595, right? So VF1 already we calculated, D1 and B1, this is the same thing. So you'll get D1 square here into the values. Finally, you can get D1 value. So we can write, here I'm writing D1 square is equals to 0.595 divided by, first you will get this 0.95 into pi into 0.1, nothing but here, this one, 0.1 D1 square into D1 I wrote here. So D.1 will be left, that I wrote here, into VF1. So what is the value of VF1? 6.862, 6.862. Okay, so you can find D1 equal to under root of the value what you get for this. Just tell me D1 value.
$0.539.
0.539. Okay. D1. 0.5.
Yes, sir. D1.
So I'm writing as 539. Okay, no issues. You can write the same thing what you are getting. 0.539 meter is your D1. Right. So after getting D1, can we find B1 now? Because P1 equal to 0.1 D1. Right. If you multiply this with 0.1, you will get D1 value also. Right. So B1 equal to 0.1 into D1. So that is 0.1 into what value we got D1? 0.539. Right. So B1 equal to divided by 10. So 0.0539. Yes, because 1 you can write it as by 10. So by 10 means 1 point will increase. So 0.0539. Correct only now? Yes. Yes, any doubt up to here? Okay. So after finding B1, D1, you can find U1 also now. So U1 now I can find because I got D value. So U1 is pi D1 B1. Sorry, N, pi dN by 60. Pi dN by 60. Right, so substitute the value pi into D value, we got it as 0.539 into what is N given? Speed 700 RPM divided by 60. So U1 you can find. So U1 equal to
19.755.
19.75. Okay, so U1 is 19.755 meter per second. So now I can find W1, VW1 by using your efficiency hydraulic. So use hydraulic efficiency, that is VW1 U1 by G into H. So since I have U1, I'm using this now, right? So what he has given hydraulic efficiency, what is the value? 93. So 0.93, which is equal to 0.93, 93%. So from this, you can find VW1, right? So why you are taking VW1? First, we want VW1 for finding alpha. Suppose if alpha is given, the problem is very easy. We can use all the triangles for finding the remaining things. If alpha is not given, we need to use efficiencies to find VW1 value and U1 value and everything. Okay. So first we have used efficiency overall for finding discharge. From discharge, you have found out your D value and B value. Then you found out U by using this pi dN by 60. After that, you can use hydraulic efficiency as VW1 U1 by GH. That is 0.93. So VW1 equal to 0.93 into 9.81 to H. What is the value of H? 60 meter by U1, 19.5755. Right. So VW1 equal to, tell Prasad.
27.709.
27.709 meter per second. Right. So after getting VW1 and U1, now you can use our inlet triangle for finding alpha. So already we know for inlet triangle, if you have VF1 already given, now we found out VW1 also. Right. So tan alpha equal to VF1 by VW1. Right. So from that you can find alpha. So what he asked first, guide blade angle, that one only. Right. So first thing, guide blade angle alpha we need to calculate. So from the inlet triangle, you can take tan alpha equal to VF1 by VW1. So from this you can find alpha equal to tan inverse of VF1 by VW1. So alpha equal to VF1 already is there. Here VF1 equal to 6.862 by 27.709. Tan inverse of that
13.909.
13.909 degrees is your alpha value. Next, in the second one, what he asked is find the runner vane angle at inlet and outlet. So he's asking to find the theta and phi. Okay. So second thing what is asked at inlet, he asked theta. So for finding theta, you can use this again inlet triangle, short one, that is right angle triangle you can use. Here. This one we need to find. So already we have this value, we have this length also. That is VW1 minus U1. So use tan theta equal to tan theta equal to VF1 by VW1 minus U1. From this you find out theta equal to tan inverse of this value.
$40.784.
40.7. Right. So theta we found out. Next, similarly, you need to find the vane angle at the outlet. So phi you can find. So from the outlet triangle, if you see again, same, what is that? Tan phi equal to opposite, that is VF2 by adjacent U2. So tan phi equal to VF2 by U2. So tan phi equal to opposite is VF2 and adjacent is U2. From this you can find phi. So phi equal to yes, what is the value of phi? Do we have U2 value?
No, sir.
That's why I'm waiting. First you find U2. So how to find U2? U2 equal to pi d2 n by 60. I'm waiting whether you will ask or not. That's why I'm waiting. Right. So first you find U2. Do we have D2 now?
No, sir. 2 into D1.
Right. D2 he has given the first condition. What is that? D1 equal to 2 times of D2. So D2 equal to D1 by 2, that you can use here. So instead of D2, you can write D1 by 2. Then you find U2 value first. So first find U2, then you substitute that U2 here. Then you will get 5. Intentionally, I gave this. I thought whether someone will ask, but nobody is asking. Right? So first find U2 by using pi D2n by 60. But D2 also is not given in the question. He gave one condition. What is that? Which one here? So D1 equal to 2 times of D2. So D2 equal to D1 by 2. So D1 we calculated already here. So 0.539 by 2, if you do, you will get D2 value. So that D2 you can substitute here, then you can find U2. So tell me value of U2 first, then you can tell 5.
$9.877.
Which one? U2.
Yes.
Yes, 877, right. Then substitute VF2 by this 9.877 to get 5.
$34.789.
Yes, 34.78. Okay, so that is 5 angle. Whether we have completed everything? No. 2 more things are there. What is that? Diameter of the runner at inlet and outlet. I think we have already found out this diameters at inlet and outlet. So at inlet, so we need to take D1 and D2. Next, we need to find D1. That also we found out. So that's all. Just we can write here because already we found out D1. Here, D1 equal to this value. Next, D1 and D2 also we found out. So just write down. That is third one. What he asked? D1 equal to what we got, we can write down, then D2. So what is D1 value we got? 0.539. 0.539 is D1. Then D2 is half of this. 27. Yes, is it 27? D2.
0.269.
Okay, you can write on that. Then fourth, what is the last one he is asking to find? Fourth one, width of wheel at inlet only. So width of wheel is denoted by B1. At inlet, it is B1. So B1 already we know. We calculated already, that is 0.0539. Is all in meters. Okay, so that completes this problem. Yes, if you want, I will continue. 10 more minutes is there. Yes. Shall I continue? Awesome. Yes, are you able to hear me?